It's been widely talked about how the Green Bay Packers wide receiving core, like it's to a degree, I get it. You know, the Green Bay Packers haven't put a ton of other than this last year, the 2022 NFL draft. Yeah, they did the 2021. Let's try that again. 2021 NFL draft. They didn't put a ton of stock in the wide receiver position, but they definitely did in 2022. But at the end of the day, there is one player in the wide receiver room that I think is going to make a lot of noise. Now, yes, there's Christian Watson. Romeo Doubs is going to be a problem. Nobody's talking about that, by the way. But what about second-year wideout Amari Rodgers? He's a guy, you know, that as we continue our look at all 32 NFL teams that have at least one player that are going to be second-year rising stars, I think it's going to be Amari Rodgers. He's shifty, he's quick, he's fast, he's got everything you want. And I think, you know, if he especially, I think could he be Randall Cobb 2.0? I think it's definitely something that we have to consider. Now, I do have to be honest, it might be a little bit of a stretch comparing him to Randall Cobb in year one, after year one. But, you know, we saw him return kicks. We saw him be a very respectable punt returner as well. So I felt like he's a guy that overall is going to be in a good spot to be a second-year rising star under especially a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who already values his wide receivers. So Amari Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers to Rodgers could be something to watch moving forward for a while now. So again, I do get at the end of the day, there's a lot of different things going on in terms of this offense. Again, you've got Christian Watson, the second-round pick coming up out of North Dakota State. Let's try that again. Also, you got Romeo Doubs coming over as well. And honestly, Romeo Doubs, I'm going to keep saying it, he's going to be a bad man. Somebody you definitely might want to take a shot on in your fantasy football teams, which we'll get into in a later portion. But today we're talking about a guy like Amari Rodgers, who, you know, let's look at the bottom stats first with his years at Clemson. Really, you know, kind of a guy that didn't get the time of day through his first 3 years at Clemson. Like, he just really wasn't a focal point of the offense. But yeah, look at year 4, senior year at Clemson, getting it done. 77 catches, 1,020 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Just give this man the football and let him do his thing. And then you obviously saw with the Packers last year, had eight targets, 4 catches for 45 yards, and had a longest of 19-yard reception. Had a couple of first downs, also had a carry for 11 yards as well. So, you know, Amari Rodgers, again, I think when you have all these different wide receivers and talented players on the Packers, you got to take a serious look at some guys, and I think you need to take a serious look at a guy like Amari Rodgers. Now, do I think he's going to be that number one? Probably not to start out with. Again, you got Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, a lot of other guys that, you know, Alan Lazard as well, that might be able to do and make some noise as well. But overall, the Packers are in a great spot. I really felt like the Packers might have improved the most in terms of defensively, like over the last couple of years, because let's face it, that was kind of a big issue. But, you know, Devontae Wyatt is going to be a stud. Like Kenny Clark and Devontae Wyatt, like that's almost unfair. Like seriously, you've got him, Rashawn Gary on your defensive line as well. And I know we're not talking about defense, but we just have to shine a little bit of a light on it too. You know, you've got this defensive pieces, you know, and I think that honestly, the Packers defense is going to be good enough as to the fact that you don't have to have your offense, you know, score 30 points a game, but it will, because it's got Aaron Rodgers, Alan Lazard, Christian Watson, Sammy Watkins as well. So, you know, Jerron Reed, Dean Lowry, all those guys in the defensive line as well. So this defense, especially with Quay Walker as well, like he could be a pleasant surprise and someone to keep an eye on as well. So you've got all these different pieces to this offense. You got all these different, you know, the different pieces to the defense. And again, I think this defense is going to be good enough. It's going to be top 10. It's going to be one of those defenses that was going to get pressure. It's going to stop the run, and I think it's going to make it tough for opposing teams to be able to move the football, put points on the scoreboard. And, you know, that at the end of the day, you won't need to put up points when you're the Packers, but you will, because you got Aaron Rodgers. You got guys like Amari Rodgers that are ready to make some noise and do some different things for this team. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We really appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. Give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Green Bay Packers second-year rising star in wide receiver Amari Rodgers.